Women who went from a low sex drive to a high sex drive. What happened? I met my husband. Amazing what a change of relationship does for your sex drive, isn't it? I thought there was something wrong with me with my ex. My sex drive was basically zero. Met my current and boy did that change. It really does depend on the person you're with. You can't know how happy I'm to hear that. Feeling bad and undesired is just the worst thing in the world. I hit my 40s and oh my god. Looking at my wife. Any minute now. I'm looking at this guy's wife also. Lol. Thanks for the gold. It's my first. I met and fell in love with someone who likes making me orgasm. I no longer feel like I'm not worth the extra effort. This right here. My ex was always focused on getting himself off, and sex would end when he did. My current man makes sure I'm taken care of before he finishes. A man that wants to make you feel good and always deserves you. Stopped birth control then got pregnant. My real hormones are horny, apparently. Got an IUD after having a baby. Slightly lower sex drive. Got it removed. Sex drive through the roof again. I'm in between getting my IUD replaced, and I forgot hormones were a thing for the last 3 years practically. I didn't realize how much it affected my hormones until it was gone. I accidentally triggered a hypomanic episode which led to hypersexuality, and then I got diagnosed with bipolar second. Womp womp. The worst part was my husband had gotten used to my lower sex drive and wasn't necessarily pleased with me trying to jump on his dick 24/7. Hypomanic hypersexuality sucks. I went through some sort of second puberty. My sex drive isn't super high, but had no real interest in sex until I was 24-ish. Oh hey, another late bloomer. I thought I was asexual or something till 20-ish. Just didn't really like to think about it. Then one day, happening across some saucy online content, something just snapped. I wasn't a very healthy teen and started getting more fit once I moved out of my parents' house around that time, so that may have had something to do with it too. Or that I'm just not super in touch with my body in general. Or roughly around the same time, my youngest finally stopped waking me up at night. My husband got a vasectomy, switched antidepressants, and I lost weight. This is like a combo of every other answer lol. Received therapy and counseling to heal from the sexual trauma I endured as a child. Seeking help was the best decision I ever made. I now have a rewarding sex life when I never thought that would be possible before. Thank you for sharing. As someone struggling with similar issues of my own, this gives me hope. My sex drive had always been fairly high, then life threw me a hell of a curveball and my sex drive amongst other things tanked. I finally dealt with some health issues I had been ignoring for years. Basically got my health back on track and started losing weight. Once the weight started coming off, my sex drive came back. Confidence and self-body image is a hell of a thing. It's not just that. There are biological ties in women to higher weight and lower sex drive. There are also many common medications which also have this side effect. Then you have PCOS which affects 10% of women, and if symptoms aren't managed also results in a lower sex drive. TLDR, being physically healthy and hormonally balanced results in a higher sex drive. I thought that I had a physical issue because I was in my 20s and I no longer wanted to have sex with my partner. The relationship was unhealthy, so we broke things off eventually. When I met the recent man I dated, my sex drive skyrocketed. I forgot that I could feel so sexually attracted to a person. I realized it was never a physical issue, it was a mental/emotional one. I like to have sex with someone that pleases me on an emotional level more than anything. So I would have to say that the chemistry and bond I have with a person, when no sex is involved, would be the biggest factor in what makes me want it and what makes it so great. I thought I just had a low sex drive until I found a compatible partner. My current partner is very in tune to what I like and how to pleasure me. After I met him, my sex drive skyrocketed. Exactly this right here. I thought I was doomed to disappointing sex, and then I met my current partner, and I'm now concerned about exactly how high my sex drive is. I found erotica novels. Great stories with drama, feuds, struggle, and war. build up in relationships and good character development. Then high quality sex scenes that aren't catered to men like porn is much more satisfying. Then, you keep reading for the story, only to come across another sex scene, and you're suddenly in the mood again. I realized I had bipolar instead of depression and I switched to a med that worked. Same for me, but I'm a guy. Although it's not perfect thanks to working night shifts and being tired all the time, my libido has improved a lot. I was originally diagnosed with depression. I got treated for that and started having anxiety and manic episodes. Was finally diagnosed as bipolar and had meds changed. Life is much better now. My husband started treating me with a ton of love and affection outside the bedroom. My husband has never really been known to show affection or really knew how to. I explained to him that I need it. It makes me feel wanted and loved and honestly, kind of hot. Since then, he's been very affectionate and loves to hug and kiss me. My favorite is when he comes up behind me and wraps his arms around me. My sex drive has skyrocketed and I'm more in love than ever. I went from high to low then high again with the same husband. I had low sex drive after first kid, got it back after our second kid was 2. We were still having sex but not often, like once every few weeks, but it wasn't something I was excited about. My husband asked me about it, but he understood, both tired, kids, other things etc. We went like this for 3 or 4 years. Then one year I made New Year's resolution for myself. I mean it might sound weird, but I love good statistics. To get 3-digit sex times per year, meaning to have regular sex minimum 2 times a week. And I stuck to that. I needed to have sex regularly. It reminded me how much I liked it. Was hard to find time first weeks, but then I got into this rhythm and now started 3rd year with actually having sex often, and I enjoy it so much, sometimes even few times per day. This is an easy one. Find the love of your life who communicates about sex, cares about your feelings, cares about your needs, and loves you for you. My sex drive before my current boyfriend was horrible because all I've had were selfish partners who belittled me to the point where sex was a chore rather than an enjoyable thing. I had no interest in sex up until I rekindled with my old high school friend. Now I'm horny and crave my BF all the time. The amount of passion and intimacy that goes along with the sex has made me orgasm so hard that I felt like I was sent to other dimensions. It's an overwhelming feeling, and I can't get enough. For my girlfriend it's apparently me being gone, not in the way she cheats, hopefully, but because of our current situation we spend multiple months apart at a time. When we are together for an extended period, like we were for the past 4 months, her sex drive drops off, and it could go to the point where we don't have sex for about a month. Then I leave, and her sex drive goes through the roof, and she starts wishing that I would come home, or that we would have fucked prior to me leaving, and all that. So yeah, apparently distance is the greatest aphrodisiac, or she secretly hates me.